Good morning, friends and fellow traders. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options, and this is the morning market preparation video for August 2nd, 2018. Well, yesterday was sure just nasty, wasn't it? I mean, we had really insipid price action. If we look at a short-term chart, here's a 15-minute chart, we just kind of chopped around, and it did have a bearish lean to it most of the day. Just kind of crummy all day long. Even after the FOMC, there really wasn't much of price action. It was just choppy, choppy, choppy all day. And not a huge surprise, probably, to most of us. Just watching how the market kind of responds around those FOMC days. Now, today, we're looking at a market that's decidedly bearish. After the bell yesterday, the president announced that he was considering raising the tariffs on Chinese goods by 25%. Of course, that has a negative reaction to the market. The market hates, absolutely hates, uncertainty. And so Asian markets plunged overnight. European markets are sharply lower this morning as well. And of course, the Dow futures, the futures across the board are lower this morning, and the Dow futures are pointing to 150 point loss at the open. So what does that mean for us? Well, first off, what it means is that we will this morning officially fail this support, and we're also going to fail through our current trend, dropping down into here. Now, the high likelihood at this point is that that will continue on lower, just because our next price support is right down here. So I wouldn't expect this to turn right around and bounce right back. So we've increased the intensity of this resistance area by failing it and most likely testing a level of support here. If we take a look at the SPY will also be giving up its trend here today. You can see here's our current trend. There's our current trend. And also at the same time, it looks like we're going to drop below this important support level up here. So that is a nasty little thing to wake up to today. And hopefully where the SPY is, if the bulls were to really begin to battle here to hold on, the SPY has a much better opportunity of bouncing right back above that support level, and that obviously would be good. But because if we fail here, if we continue that failure, well, then it's significantly lower to the next level of price support here in the SPY, and that is just kind of a not even a really strong support. The really strong support's down here, which we don't want to see. The Qs, which already were showing tremendous stress here, breaking current trend, depending on how you draw this, but breaking current trend and pulling back to this level of support that's really key for the Qs. And you can see we're opening very, very close to that this morning. So pulling back as a result, opening very close to that level of support. I guess the best we can do is hope that that support holds. And there's no way to know that, obviously, but we want to see that support hold and see the bulls come in and defend that area, pushing us back up. Because if we do fail, then we increase the strength of this resistance, and we have a high likelihood of testing the next level below. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM also has been showing a little bit of stress here, dropping through its current trend. This is that current trend, and this is a little bit longer term trend line that I've got drawn on here, and you can see we've dropped down through those support levels, rallied back to test them as resistance, and now this morning we are gapping a little bit lower. Now I will tell you, trade war jitters should not affect IWM nearly as much as it will the diamonds and the SPY. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the VIX. We could probably assume that the VIX is going to spike up this morning. How high that emotion becomes or fear becomes is yet to be seen. But I would guess we would see at the open fear kind of spike up here, and we could run up here and test this level at a minimum over the next couple of days. If we were to break through this and hold it as support, that would be a problem. That could turn us into kind of an ugly market for a period of time. But right now we have a resistance level above. Hopefully cooler heads will prevail and we'll hang on there. Taking a look at, T2122. T2122, the 4-week new high, new low ratio. Notice that we do have plenty of room to move lower. And that's really all I'm showing here is we have plenty of potential to move down to this level, down into here. We've been bouncing around, just seesawing back and forth, making it very, very challenging trading as we seesaw back and forth. And now we may pick a direction here and move down toward this reversal zone. So we'll have to watch that closely. Substantial gap down will move us probably quite a bit lower in this T2122. So we'll have to watch that for tomorrow or even intraday maybe, depending on how strong the selling becomes. Let's take a quick look at the economic calendar. Have a couple things on the economic calendar that could move us around a bit today. We have the employment situation number and we have international trade. Both of those are, jobless claims and factory orders. I was looking at Friday. Both of those are expected to show good numbers as labor continues to stay strong and factory orders continue to stay very strong. And then after that, we have several items on the agenda here with very little impact to the market. So those morning reports will be the most important. Keep in mind today we have a huge number of earnings reports. The numbers are somewhere around 500 earnings reports today, just short of that. And those are going to be coming in fast and furious all day long. So kind of watch that. That could create some additional volatility for the market. But by and large, the market's going to be focused on the trade war issues and the rhetoric being slung around between the two nations as to what they will do. So let's watch and wait. Try not to panic. That's the last thing we want to do. Try not to panic. Obviously, there's going to be losses today. Be careful not to get it. This isn't personal. This is business. Don't get emotional about this. Try to avoid that. Remember, we have rules. We have trading plans for a reason. They're there to protect us. And don't break those rules today. Stay focused. Stay calm. And watch carefully as to what you do. Now, will we be taking some losses today? I guarantee you I will probably take some losses today, and I think most people probably will see even good trades turn into potential losers this morning. But the last thing we want to do is panic. We want to stick with the rules of the trade that you should have established at the beginning of the trade. And just stick with those rules and focus in on what your trade plan was to begin with. And always remember, losses are part of this business, and no one likes to take a loss. But trust me on this, a $500 loss is always way better than a $1,000 loss. So make sure you take those losses quickly and don't let them grow dramatically if this market decides it's just going to go south for a while. We don't know that when this could turn. We don't know if there will be a concession from one of the parties of the trade war, and all of a sudden all of that pressure relieves in the market, and that we would would likely see the market respond higher. So there's just no way to know exactly what's going to happen here. But if we watch closely that price action, if we avoid emotion, if we stay focused to our rules, we have a much better opportunity to win. So everyone, have an awesome day. I wish you a great day. I wish you great profits. And if this is the first time you've seen these videos, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow me button on Facebook. Click those thumbs up buttons and drop a comment. I really do appreciate that. Everyone, have an awesome, awesome day. And I will talk to you all bright and early Friday morning. Remember, employment situation number on Friday. The market normally focuses pretty heavily on that report, so watch that closely. Take care, everyone. Have a great, great day.